Choke, no joke.
Yeah.
It's choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas choke, no joke. Choke, no joke.
Yeah.
It's choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas choke, no joke. Choke, no joke.
Yeah.
It's choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Chicken choke, no joke. Choke, no joke. Niggas choke, no joke.
Let's go out to the East Coast, West Coast. Put it up. No palm tree, the trees and the palms of dealers and fiends. Late night roam the streets. Weed is weaker, but it's cheaper. Not many chicks frontin' like divas. Out west, every chick's a model like Eva, and you know I'm far from believing her. So I'm G'ing her like she G'ing me. Banging in LA is a different thing. At the end, you either dead on the bang, getting out, doing better things. On Sunset, where they hang. Hollywood, where they hustle for change. Times Square here, it's the same. No matter where you go, you'll find a lane. On the west, they kick it with Kane. On the east, trees the social thing. East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. When I'm on the west and I'm doing my thing, don't offer me coke or your nose I bang. Friends don't offer other deadly things. Thanks for the hospitality, we'll still hang. I won't judge you, leave me as I came. On the road to success, top of the game. Eat all the finer things in the food chain. Teach my kids to do the same. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your glasses, take a toast. If you rap, East Coast. Gotta love life and offer wonderful things. Being to travel is a privileged thing. Came back to the east, air wasn't fresh. Streets filled with trash, various people in the ass. It's easy to tell who's upper middle class. Police and racism, same as crash. Back to where they not social, where they less vocal. When they don't know you, be careful, show you around the East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, East Coast, whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Pop your bottles and toss the cork. If you rap, West Coast. Both coasts are known to give you fame. Got paparazzis playing cameras your way. Got you bobbing and weaving like Cassius Clay. Most thugs turn Muslim in older days. Change their name to Allah they pray. Probably till they decay. This go out to the east and west. For Big and Pac, y'all, let's connect. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. Grab your raps, roll it up. If you rap, West Coast. Whether East Coast, West Coast, East Coast, West Coast. You can't get the West without the ES. So it's manifested that we connect. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. Learn from mistakes, baby. You know what it is. Greg on the track. Rest in peace, baby. Either war, we here now. You know what it is. Jack Brown. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Never did I think hip-hop go this far. Never did I think I'd see Diddy behind Mars or Kells. Penitentiary scars. The Man Act. Is it going too far? Back. Y'all industry rats. Y'all whack. That's 100. Or Peru. You'll be trapped. busted Ja Rule at the freak off and Diddy too. But plug shopper, free door stopper. Nigga, you don't know if you a criminal or a cop. But you're next to be locked. Ask Keefy D, telling on yourself on Vlad TV. You dumb nigga, right? You'll never be me. And I never be you too. Telling on you too. Sitting on the step, giving up myself. What the fuck I look like? My name G-Dap. Comb legacy doom. Will the bad boy see time like loan? Your extortion fell through. You friended no one like the moon. What did you do? Sat back and watched him get groomed. Only badge in the room. You and wifey, drunk the juice. Saw the check for Pac's life. And his back right. Guess it's bad boy for life. Or should I say same gang? You the same lane. That Diddy let hang. And now he chain gang. Damn, you rocked him, fella. Didn't you? For the mozzarella. Did it for Wolf and his mother. D-Fur and Kurt Burrow. Nah, nigga, you did it cause your ass ain't thorough. And you ain't from the boroughs. Joke, no joke. You know what it is. This one's for the whole earth. You know, when they get disrespectful, I just go to the booth and kick the truth.
Let's go, you.
To the young black
youth. Let's go, you.
Joke. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is.
Yeah. Stop the violence in the building. You know what it is. Choke, no joke. I'm here. We live. You know what I mean? All right, Miss Spazzo in the building. What up? Anon in the building. What up? Highlighted comments in the building. What up? Monique in the building. What up? Verse in the building. What up? All right. Jazz on not going or not gang in the building. What up? All right. Cinnamon in the building. What up? Pig the artist in the building. What up? Tasha Rain in the building. What up? Natasha Holiday in the building. What up? Limitless in the building. What up? All right. Sticky Finger in the building. What up? Choke no joke. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. CC Crippin in the building. What up? All right. Choke no joke. We back. All right. Shabu, what up? It's a Monday. Time to get it going. You know what I mean? Shout out to everybody that caught me live yesterday. You know what I'm saying? For Camel Face. Camel Z. All right. If you didn't catch Camel Z, you missed something. Go check it out. All right. Shout out to Darnell Jones in the building. D Jiggity in here. All right. Shout out to the travel group. I just booked another trip to Dubai. Yes, sir. Yes, I did. Going back to Dubai. I'm excited, baby. So if you're down with the travel group and you want to go to Dubai with us next year, I ain't going to say no dates because I don't want no haters popping up on us. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? We got Thailand coming up. Now we got another Dubai coming up. We got Turks and Caicos coming up. You know what I mean? We have to switch the date on that. You know what I mean? Because we are, some people that got in the group that, causing problems. So we switched up the date for the cruise. You know what I mean? If you're down and you're going on the cruise and you want the new date, we moved the date. So hit me up if you're down with the cruise. All right, you need the new date. But shout out to my man Yusef Juice in the building, Dirty Jers in the building. He had to come back on. All right, because Gene Squill went up there and started talking crazy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I mean, he was talking crazy, right? So my man Juice hit me up like, yo, Choke, I need to come back on and clear up some things. And maybe a lawsuit involved because Gene Squirrel's squealing and people got lawyers. So when you lie, you put yourself at risk. So I'm gonna bring on my man Yusef right now. Yusef is
Joe,
in the building. What
what's
up?
up,
What up?
Choke?
What up?
What's up, my guy? Hey, look, man, we just want to get straight to the point, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, brothers is feeling some type of way, man. I ain't the only one involved. This guy, when I talking about, you talking about disparage a person's name, I'm talking about desecrate. He talking about homicides, molestations, and anything. You know, if you molest somebody, you on that thing forever. So, when I came home from prison, I was in Harlem, actually. You know what I'm saying? I was staying in Harlem. I had gave some time back, but they took it off the back. So I only had 2.5 years parole. But being though I knew the situation, but I didn't want to go back to Jersey right away. So I was going to Harlem, but I said, yo, if this joke was still working and they fuck with me, I'm gonna just slide to Jersey. But I had a new jack from like he was from upstate. Spanish cat, he ain't know nothing was going on, but I was giving a nigga a hard time. I'd be in Cali, nigga calling to my where you at. Yo, I'm in Brooklyn, I'm at the hospital. The nigga, he was tired of me. So he went and told him. So they gave me a new parole officer, right? So when they gave me a new parole officer, she knew what was happening. I only had 4 months left, bro. About to do a show at the Prudential Center. I ain't want no sauce. I come in there, she on my ass. I said, damn, what's the problem? She talking about, you got a curfew 8 o'clock? Man, I'm about to get off. What are you talking? I said, oh, they know. I said, matter of fact, let me speak to your supervisor. Her supervisor come and point. I don't believe you live in Harlem. I don't believe you work in East New York. I said, why is you pointing your finger? She had talking my hands. She had just told me stop talking my hands. So I said to him, I said, bro, what is all this? Pointing my hands. She just told me stop talking my hands. What's all this? He said, oh, you one of them. I said, oh, one of them what? He said, go out there. I don't need a piss for you and wait. He had me waiting for 2 hours. So now when it's time for me to come piss, I can't piss no more. And I'm pissed out there. So now me and I'm going at it. My old PO, Miss Brown, she said, Tommy, zip it, because they was spinning around me. They was trying to set it off on me. You know, I only had 4 months left. So they was trying to get. I said, oh shit, this nigga been on parole 2 years, and this the one. Remember, we had a whole shootout with them. So they like, oh shit, well, we on his hill. How the fuck he about to slide up out of it? Anyway, long story short, he tell me go back out. I breathe for about 18 months. I got shot 9 times, 2017. They sent me back to the island. And that's when they caught me. But before that, they was coming to my family house 30, 40 deep. Every 2 weeks, my family called me, Sam. I don't even know at the time how they come until after the fact. I come home in a wheelchair because I beat the joint. Nigga try to say I never came and all this. I beat it in the heaven. I slid in the wheelchair. Church came, pick me up, took me to Harlem. I go back to my cousin crib. She like, cuz that shit over because niggas was coming in 30, 40 deep. I'm like, oh shit. Damn, cuz I apologize. I didn't know they was coming like that, but that's how they was coming. So I say all that to say that this guy right here had a whole team. The parole officers, that's his squad. That's his crew. That's his gang. And they was on me when they figured out, oh, this nigga right here under our nose. You understand what I'm saying? But by the time I came out, I beat it. So now I say all that to say, if I'm on parole, and if you have any type of charges like you just try to put up on against us, nigga, first of all, they came and got us for them charges. Talking about a Club Eugene. It wasn't no Club Eugene ever in North when we was there, 99. Then you're talking about we went from Virginia all the way up to here, Robin. Nigga, you would have been had them boys on us if you had some proof we was doing any of that, nigga. And if you got any type of funny cases, you're on parole for life, nigga. So you never get off. You understand what I'm saying? And you try to assassinate niggas' characters, then you try to say you brought a gun in the courthouse, nigga. And you was crying because you was trying to get to your ankle so you could shoot me, but the bailiff stopped you, nigga. Like, so when people have blinders on their eyes, you know what I'm saying? Like when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala put blinders on a person on their heart or their eyes, they can't see the truth. So they start just telling anything. And I've been paying attention to him. He loved this YouTube thing, man. He even got a station, man. He got the music playing when he come on and he loving the
He got
fans.
that from me. He a nut eater.
Well, yeah,
He
you know
a
he's
nutty.
a dick
You
rider. You
see
know
his
he's a
stuff
dick
is
eater.
blue
But
like mine. Now he want to
Listen.
be outside like mine. He want to start the show off with music. That nigga is on my nuts.
Hey
Jesus
yo,
Christ.
hey yo, he's a clown, man. Like I said, he was on the stand crying because he was trying to get to his ankle. Did you hear him, Joe?
Yeah,
Joe,
that like first of all,
he
let's
said
just
he
say
had a gun in his ankle. First of all, you came to come in the courthouse with no gun. So you saying you broke the law? You came to the
yeah,
courthouse with a gun illegally
yeah. That's what he said.
in your
He was
ankle?
going
You
to
was gonna shoot
shoot
me in the
you
courthouse?
in the courthouse.
Stop it. You was trying every time a piece of your jewelry hit your hand, you start crying like a baby, chump. You understand what I'm saying? You wrote the judge and told him to give me life, and I ain't even the one who pistol whipped you. I ain't even hit you with no gun, no nothing. I'm sitting in the car with the Mac thinking you're poppy, man, and I'm going to come out and be thinking you the plug, man. And to keep it honest, we'd have thought you was police. We wouldn't even fuck with you, man. But you're fronting like you in the streets, and you ain't, nigga. You're not a dude from the streets, bro. You understand what I'm saying? And me and myself, I don't even indulge in the streets no more, bro. You know what I do? I go all around the world talking to the people about not being like me, not putting in no work, but putting in another work. You know what I'm saying? Same hustle, same drive, different product. This is what we doing all around the world, bro. Bro, the documentary coming. I was with my clients all weekend, man.
Yo,
Tupac
move
coming, man.
either move back or tilt the camera up. Yeah, that's better
Yeah,
because
you
you cutting
understand what I'm
your head off.
saying, though? You understand what
Yeah.
I'm saying, though, Choke? This nigga's a lame. Like, you a super lame. Like now I got lawyers involved, bro. Because you assassinate people's characters, bro. Trying to put homos on us, you understand what I'm saying? From 30 years ago. Made up homies. You don't know nobody, no. You don't got no plugs and no to be Club Eugene, bro. You
Yeah,
serious?
that
Somebody in
technically
the comments tell
term,
me where Club
the legal
Eugene was at.
term is defamation of character.
Then he tried.
The-
Oh, that's your family. That was him. Oh, bro. You're really police. You show your hand every day, and I get it because if you wasn't police, you'd be labeled a snitch, a rat. But because you're a civilian, first of all, I can't handle beef with you. You got a legal hammer. You walk around, mommy. I got people around me that got legal hammers too. We ain't gonna get that twisted. You know what I'm saying? But you walk around with a legal hammer, and actually, I do want to fight you. I must put the gloves on. I seen you throwing a few pieces or whatever. Let's put the gloves on and get all the money to charity, man. Let's put the gloves on. You see how little I am. Let's put the gloves on, big fella. Okay, you know what I mean? Let's rock. Let's rock out real quick because you want to lie. And you think you tough. Let's rock. Let's see how many rounds you will go in the ring. You know I'm from North. You know we know how to box. You know that, right? You from St. Louis, right? We make it North from St. Louis / Harlem. You know what I'm saying? We could do that, man. But the documentary coming out and Choke. Bro, first of all, my life, like I told you, bro, my father was beheaded by my uncles in them and a few other dudes, the same killers who killed Malcolm. I got a whole story coming out about my life. Like he just one part. He just happened to be by coincidence. We ran into him. You understand what I'm saying? But we been me, my guys or whatever, just our lives alone is 10, 20 books without him. You know what I'm saying? The story about when we went to Rikers Island. On the island alone is a whole nother movie. 18 months on the island, and you ain't even from there. You understand what I'm saying? But kept it solid. And we in all 3 different buildings. We weren't even in the same building. But this a chump. If he went on island, what happened to him, Chump? If Big Jane went on Rikers Island, coming in from right there, Big Jane. Oh, they found out he was with Puff, and they sent him on the island. He going to PC. You ain't going to population. No matter how much you try to act like you're same gang or you from the hood, nigga, you're police. This the thing, and then some days he'd be proud of it, yo. Because I'm police, I couldn't do this. But you was riding around with all these hustlers in Harlem. You was with all these killers. This guy, you was saving niggas and doing this and making calls, street politician. Which one is you? You from the streets or you police, man? Let's keep it a buck, man. You confused. You're
he was
delusional.
a dirty parole officer hanging with Jazz, hanging with the same gang, hanging with Slick and the family. These dudes is hustlers. And the dudes from the same gang, they done came out and said this nigga was no founder. He running around telling everybody he was the founder of the same gang. They jumped Diddy in. Dude got on there and said, yo, we ain't no gang, Gene. What are you doing? You know what I'm saying?
Yo, G's a clown, man.
He
Yo,
like,
G.
oh man, wasn't I in the basement? Wasn't I same gang? No, nigga, you said you was the founder of the same gang. You said you was the founder. Not you wasn't down. You was the founder. I spoke to the dude Mike personally myself. Nigga, like, yo, G wasn't no goddamn founder in no same gang. He
G
was like,
was
yo, ask
security.
him how we got the name same gang since he was the founder. They was doing that before this nigga was even in New York.
Gene came, bro, listen. Gene came in him. Listen, I got a legal gun. I can hold y'all down. Y'all can move whatever. I'll show my badge and we can get, oh shit, we need him. Nigga, he was a flunky, nigga. You understand?
Exactly.
You know what we call that? A doja, nigga. You was a doja. Hold his hammer, nigga. You was a hoster. You was a legal hoster. You understand
Yo,
what I'm saying?
the dude Mike told me, he said, yo, we use Gene for the legal aspect of it. When like they was throwing parties and stuff and events, they'll get Gene to go put the paperwork in to get Bear Mountain and little spots like that. And like that, that's what Gene was, the doja, a flunky, a son.
Absolutely.
They used him to get the police off of them. They get pulled over, they have Gene show their badge.
Absolutely.
He was a son.
That's the same word I ain't gonna say by who, because you know what I'm saying. It is what it is, you know what I mean? But come on, man. Like, stop it, man. Stop it. And then he talking about he could have saved that full life. Man, rest in peace to Fox, man. Full and Fox. You understand what I'm saying? That's my guy. From the island, going back to back. It's my guy. You know what I'm saying? Nigga, I was gonna say Act 50. I could have saved it. Nigga, you was gonna save everybody's life. You was nigga that was always innocent shit. And then running back and telling the police everything. Nigga, you was an agent and provocateur. That's what we call that, nigga. You come in the hood and get information and then you go and tell them boys you're playing both sides. Stop it, man.
Facts. He's on murder rap telling, and he on the internet talking about, I gave 50 guns. He gave Terror Squad nigga guns. He gave D-Rock guns. Like, and
but you never bust your gun. Why you giving everybody a gun, nigga? You was there with Big and you had 2 hammers. You ain't even shoot, nigga. When you that night you got ripped, you had a hammer on you, nigga. You ain't shoot nobody.
And he illegally had those
guns. You
guns.
You didn't even try to reach for it, nigga. You didn't even reach for it, nigga. You in the F-150, niggas going for your truck. You supposed to. First of all, if you was real street, nigga, you'd have had that shit on your lap. Get out the car, you'd have had it in your hand. What the fuck I was still doing in the console? Nigga, that's how comfortable you was. That's how comfortable, that's how sweet it was. Hey, Choke, man. I promise you, man. Like the shit that my team used to be on, like, period. In the streets, I don't wish that shit on nobody, bro. These young boys, these young wild boys. I'm out here talking to the young brothers, man. Listen, man. If you really think that you with this shit, lock yourself in the bathroom for 24 hours. If you can deal with that shit, then power be to it, because they got Tupac waiting for you, man. They got a graveyard for you in a big cell. Matter of fact, a small cell, smaller than your bathroom. Sing, you could be in a cell like this, and you could touch both walls. Niggas getting cut. When I was in the swing, 2 dudes died. One was about to go home. Bosco, rest in peace, man. He's about to go home. His wife was on a visit. He went outside and they called him a rat. He go gun to gun with him and get killed. You know what I'm saying? Another kid, he gets hit so many times, he was robbing everything. Rat hunter cat. Man, about 3 jokers hit him up on him. He in his cell trying to plug himself up. The Muslim brother walk past the cell, see him leaking. Like, they labeled him a rat because he told dude was selling. Because in New York, you get shot, meaning cut, you can't even go to the police and be like, I need medical attention. Now you got to hold that down, get to yourself, put that together, and then come back out and shoot something. That's how the live wires was doing it. You understand what I'm saying? So he be talking, man. I mean, be making me think he was in Attica Yards or something, or he was in the mountains on Clinton or something. You understand what I'm saying? Like you fucking with some official dudes, bro. And then you want to assassinate characters, bro. You should have just bowed out. Listen, bro. Yeah, they ripped me, man. Boy, I got caught slipping. Then you want to put false allegations on brothers. You understand? I'm trying to do. First of all, we in the street. We outside. Every state, we outside. So, We ain't. I'm not talking from behind a computer. Like I'm really outside, like everywhere, from Brooklyn to Baltimore, Georgia, you know what I'm saying, to the D. I'm everywhere. I just ain't hit the shot yet, but I'm everywhere. LA, San Diego. So this is what we doing. This is what we've been doing, man. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, as far as allegations, man, no, bro, for one, you had a hammer. You had a hammer on your ankle, and you was crying because you were trying to reach it, but the belly stopped you, bro. Like, so I wanted you to get that part and show the people when he said that, because they probably see it. Yo,
Yeah,
nigga, I was crying because you didn't know I had a gun in my ankle, and I was reaching down. I was crying, I was reaching down to get it, but the belly stopped me. So you had the belly of his co-defendants on a crime. You snuck a gun in. So you was going to shoot me in the court. You was going to be up top with me. I was going to be in the medical part, and you was going to be in population for shooting me on
yo,
stand.
first of all, we
That's
know
a motherfucker, man. That's a hell of a movie there, man. That man need to write
Gene
movie.
is a liar, bro.
Gene, man.
If anybody believe, first of all these people that talking about Gene's story never changed. There's a bunch of idiots,
Hey,
right?
Cho, you gotta put one of them joints together with all his interviews, with all the lies, because that's what I'm about to do.
Right.
All the lies he said. I'm talking about, all the lies, bro. That boy.
Yo, I just seen one homie just I don't know the name of his channel. He did a whole breakdown on Gene with just the check and show how much the nigga lie and embellish, and you ask him a direct question and he go off here. Yeah, Alice in Wonderland was walking down the street with Dorothy and the lion and the Three Stooges was over here with the Smurfs but oh yeah, the check was in his right back pocket. Like he broke it down. But I've been doing it for so long, showing that he's a liar. It's not even entertaining to me no more. But if anybody want to believe that Gene had a gun in his ankle while he was testifying against you and was reaching down, that's why he was crying. It was going to pull it and shoot you. But the bailiff came over there and grabbed him and took him out the courtroom. They just as dumb as him to believe that.
First of all, they never took him out the courtroom. He stayed on the stand crying for about an hour. Mommy, every time they showed him his jewelry, one piece at a time. Every time, remember, he ain't seen this shit in 18 months. His boogers, his watch, his chain, his bracelet. So every time he seen a piece and he put it in his hand, he said, "You remember this?" Nigga, yo, put the boogers in his other hand. You remember this? And then he talking about niggas was hitting him on the head. Because I remember him, because I never forget a face. He talking about my crime, he whispers. He like, whispers, because Whisper's the only one that had no mask on. So I remember him. Whisper mask on top of his head. I don't know why. But, I remember his face. He the one was hitting me on the head. Nigga, first of all, I don't glorify none of that, bro. But I don't like fake tough guys. I don't like, you like a big bully. I bet you was a bully your whole life, bro. And I bet you when you was with Puff, you know how the bodyguards be when they be with the dudes who up. Come on, man. He done been how many dudes he done probably put hands on for Puff, or been holding the dudes so Puff could get busy or act tough with. Puff was only acting like that because of the people he had around him. We all know Puff ain't no street dude, but he became that because he had dudes like with legal guns around him, and some ill dudes around him like Zip and Wolf. You understand what I'm saying? So we don't understand that you was the legal muscle. We ain't gonna take that from you. You was the legal muscle. But you're not a street dude. You're not a G, nigga. You're not a G. You don't have no ranks. You don't have no stripes in these streets. First of all, you don't even bust your gun. You got a whole legal gun and you let Big get killed, man, on your watch. Give a fuck who you was with, nigga. One of mine get shot and I got a gun, nigga, and a legal gun. Nigga, I'm jumping over cars. Boom, 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 boom.
Yo, bro,
you going to hear is that rocket going off, nigga. How the fuck you let
them guns was
the
not
notorious
legal.
one get murdered on your watch, nigga?
Them guns wasn't legal in California. He transported those guns at that time. That was illegal for him to have those guns. That's why he ain't bust shit.
So
because he knew he was going to go to jail.
He had him for show then. You had him for show. You shouldn't even told nobody you had a hammer on you and you ain't let it go. You understand what I'm saying? So Hey, Choke, real talk, man. Like, bro, my whole life ain't been nothing but pain, bro. You understand what I'm saying, bro? I'm on redemption time. I'm 54 years old. I'm on the time where I got grandkids. I'm in the house right now. My grandkids outside. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't trying to be tough, but I was really tough. My niggas was really them niggas. In my town and many other towns, but I've been going outside since 1990 getting money. So I was one of them dudes, and my whole story is a story in itself. He just happened to be a part of it. You understand what I'm saying? Of me going to prison for 15 years and changing my life and becoming Muslim. Like he really is a part of me changing my life. Like to keep it a buck, he played a big part of my life. So, but the tough shit, like I said on the last one, I would like for Gene to be on some talking to the kids, man. Take it down a notch, man. Stop being so tough. You got all these tough ass niggas out here, man. That's what's wrong with the young boys now. They don't got no balance. Some of them too tough, some of them too feminine. You know what I'm saying? So when you run into a field and they got the perfect combination, they got that balance. It give you the resemblance of how we was, and you be like, damn, niggas carrying tradition. But so many of these kids is fucked up off the drugs, and they putting shit in the water, the food, and everything else. They dropping shit from the sky and everywhere else. If a dude ain't in tune with himself and he ain't got no connection with the Most High, they twisted, they fucked up. And then this internet got niggas fucked up, Choke. Everybody want to be famous. We was really outside. You was outside. Like you talk about the tunnel, you got this shit coming out. We was really in the tunnel. 100 deep. No niggas, shout out the sheep. You know what I'm saying? But we was really there. Like we was in there. Like he was there with the legal gun, outside or with Puff right there. And I get it. Sometimes when people be, they come to the projects on the weekends and shit to see their family, they start thinking they tough all of a sudden. Then they go back to the suburbs, but they in their mind they go back to the suburbs. Like, I'm from the projects, or whatever. And that was him. He was the kid hanging around the Wolves and the Zips and all them, and same gang and all these hustlers and all that. And that nigga, his mom was like, nigga, I'm just like y'all. I mean, yo, Jay, let me get $5 for here. Now he feel like he involved. Nigga just caught him for 5. Yeah, I know that story. When they caught you for 5, act like it was an investment. You like made you feel like you're a part of it, but you ain't. First of all, my guys in the city, all of them is them. 30 years up top, 25 they did up top, 20 up top. Solid dudes. I met some of the best dudes up top. Harlem, Bronx, Queens, BK, of course. You understand what I'm saying? Shaolin, upstate, Rochester, Buffalo. I met some good men, man. You understand what I'm saying? That was put away by guys like you. He the guy that when you on the run, he coming to your mother's house 3, 4 in the morning. Like I told you, 30, 40 deep, depending on your case. You got to shoot at police. They come at 30, 40 deep. He with them. He leading the joint. He leading, come on, guys. Then at nighttime, he hanging with the hustlers. You understand what I'm saying? That shit don't add up. It don't add up. It don't add up.
He was a flunky. They used him to keep the po-po off of him. He was the badge flasher.
He might have a case coming.
Yeah, he might, or he keep talking, because there is definitely people that's hitting me up like, watch, Gene gonna get arrested. Let him keep talking.
He talked, yo. And then he said, you want to run your mouth? Bro, I have the right to run my mouth. I did 15 years because of you. Not because I seen people in the comments, not because of you, but because I committed a crime against you. And you came to court and you told on me. If you was a gangster, you would have. I know, if somebody would have did something to me and they said that him, bro, on wallahi, nah, that ain't him. I don't play that game. Nah, that ain't him. Let him go. You know what I'm saying? You ain't on the same time as me, or at least the time I was on then, because I ain't on that time no more. But it's still in me, of course. You're going to always be who you are. But I got my own mental problem. I got a therapist. I just got off the phone when I told her about to have. She said, calm down.
You got to know that Gene is some type of federal informant. The nigga get on the internet talking about how he was running holes to Jersey, to Mike Tyson. He get on the internet talking about how he gave 50 guns, how he gave Terror Squad guns, how he gave D-Rock Paul guns, how he transported guns from New York to California when when that wasn't illegal. That wasn't legal until 9/11 that they put that law that officers could go to different states with their hammer. When he had them guns and and when Big got killed, that's why the nigga, chased the car that wasn't there. This is why he came back, puffing and big and sitting there shot. He running down to the goddamn, what you call it, to the garage. Because he know he got these guns on him and they not legal. He wasn't trying to go to jail. This is why he ain't busted grape. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, imagine Gene would have got caught with a hammer and went in the county in LA. He'd have been in PC. Gene, you're not tough. Nigga, the way he was crying in that car, bro, cause wallahi, bro, it wasn't meant for him. This was anger that was for somebody else. But I felt sorry the way that man was crying in that car, man. Yo, baby, just make it a robbery, baby. Oh my God. I got the two chicks on my documentary that was they was in the parking lot that night, bro. They were scared to death. They ain't moved. They watched everything. They heard talking about the truck here. They right behind it to the everything. They telling everything, Gene. It ain't gotta be, bro. You ran out of that car so fast. You walked slow, Gene. You couldn't wait to get out. You was happy to get out that truck. You was running so fast, your pants was falling. The lady that testified at trial, the Puerto Rican lady that was in the window, she said, and I just seen him running to the thing, and I called the police, and he got on the phone. He ran so fast while she was on the phone, he got to the payphone at the same time. I said, yo, I'm New York parole officer. I just got pistol whipped. Next you know, they on our ass. They chase us like 70 cars. Monkey man decking them. By the time we get to the precinct, 148th, 149th, on 8th, the new precinct, 150th around the area, the parole officers is coming out. They done heard what it is, just got licked. Oh shit, they coming out in. They didn't want to start banging. Boom, 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 boom. I remember like that's a female, two dudes. They start banging. Boom, 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 boom. Crime start banging back. Oh shit. Boom, 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 boom. I'm like, oh shit, make a left. Well, I'm on the way around Harlem. Trying to get back there. Harlem River Drive, flat tire and all. But we get on McCombs. He going so fast, he making on left. 7. The movie coming out. So, you know, I'm trying to figure out who's going to play Gene in the movie.
They got to be a good crier, whoever they are.
Be a nigga, got to be one.
This Gene when he was crying because I went to Revolt World. And he told me, oh, man, he went over to Revolt World. The nigga was crying on YouTube and shit.
Yeah, that's him. That's just how he looked on the stand. That nigga made sure I went to jail. Yo, and I had a mask on. He could have been like, nah, that ain't him. Yep, that's how he was looking, bro. Man, you know, man, Allah forgive me, man. Like, real talk, bro. Like, I don't even like getting in his zone, man. I promise you, man. But he tried to assassinate my character. Like, I knew he was gonna come back, but I thought he was gonna keep it a buck. Like, yeah, you know, whatever. But damn, he went crazy. Like,
he's a liar, bro.
First of all,
some people are finally catching on.
Yeah, first of all, like, he really tried to send niggas under the jail. Yeah. Remember them niggas got body? Club Eugene, that was them. Yeah, they killed your family. There's no Club Eugene ever even existed when I was in North, and I know because I was at every club. I was outside every club. Not inside. I was outside a lot of clubs around that time. It wasn't no Club Eugene. You might have had bogeys, you might have had this one, not. It wasn't no Club Eugene. And the fact that Club Eugene, that's his name too. But come on, bro. Like, you know, he's the type of guy, man, that real talk, man. I pray he take his shahada and Allah forgive him, man, because he loved his fame, man. You hear me, Choke? And I had a few people, I got a few interviews that's about to come out, but it ain't even about him. It's real brief about him, but it's about our story. You know what I'm saying? About us. No, nobody never told the Nork story. You know, nobody never told our story, the real story. We got Big Ock home. That's Big Ump. We about to tell our story now. You understand what I'm saying? So he a minor part of it. Like, hey, Choke, after the day, we ain't even talking about him no more, Choke. We gonna be on, bro. Choke, did you see the documentary? Did you see, you know, besides whatever's in the documentary, but Father's coming, yo, Choke, he can't even get no more. Really, not for me. You might still jail on him, but not for me, Choke. Like, besides, somebody asked me, I'll make it brief. But far as a long conversation about him, Choke, man, I just wanted to let it be known. My lawyers is looking into what he said. You know what I'm saying? My cousin Blizz just posted about it, like defamation of character and things of that nature. And it's just crazy, man, that somebody could use they power of the social media and just start telling lies on people, just really assassinate your character or whatever. But just a good thing the people in the streets know who we are. We outside. You understand what I'm saying? It ain't like you gotta be a certain type of guy to still be able to go back around certain areas with no security, no nothing. And it ain't no fear. It's just respect and love. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's like and I say this again too. Friendly little, we can do 3 rounds with the gloves on for charity. I'm good with that. I train every day. Like we could do that, Jane. You know what I'm saying? I know you're a little older, but you talking like you're still tough. You're shooting jabs and all that. I seen all you made. You know what I'm saying? Look like you still got it. So we can put the gloves on for some money. You know what I'm saying? And then give it to the people. Win, lose, or draw. That's what I was ready. You know what I'm saying? You're a big guy, but I love to get in there with you, man. Hit you in your stomach a couple of times. Then give you a mean ass uppercut. So let's do it. Let's do that. Let's do that, tough guy. Let's set that up. Right in Harlem. Right at the
Yeah,
row.
right.
We
The
going Seventh
Riverside
Avenue at the
Park.
row. Shout out to Al and Trig, man. Stom, Jab, all them. You know what I mean? All my boy Joe Lovett, just KO, Hashim Tone. You know what I'm saying? All my Harlem guys, man. You know what I'm saying? We can meet. We can meet. You say you from Harlem, right? We want to meet at Harlem, East
That
Side.
nigga's not from Harlem, bro. He's from
We
St.
want to
Louis.
meet. We can meet.
From St. Louis. He is not from Harlem, nigga.
But he connected to
And
Harlem.
he got
So
them Harlem niggas mad at him right now, talking about
uh,
he's the founder of the same gang.
yeah, assassinating niggas' characters again. For them to even try to make it like they put a cop in their gang, nigga. Come on, man. Stop it. You was security. That's it, man. You was security. You was a doja. That's it, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that, man. You was Diddy Doja. You was same gang Doja. Whoever, Chad Doja. He be trying to act like he on the same level as Chad. Stop it. He was not on the same level as that boy Chaz. You wasn't
Yo,
on his
man,
level.
Chaz done robbed 100 and some banks.
Come
And
on,
you see how
man.
he out here telling niggas business.
Yeah.
Irv died. He talked bad about Irv. Put Irv like after Irv died, he gonna talk about Irv. The nigga he grimy, bro, and he be lying. Now he fuck with Suge Knight, which is blasphemous.
Hey, yo, at 50, he 50 and them, John Horn had a $25,000 hit on him. And, yo, this nigga, bro, like, he trying to get everybody sent under the floor. You understand what I'm saying? You gonna get yourself sent under the floor, nigga. We out here living legal.
I'm telling you, bro, he is the police. Outside of being a parole officer, he's the police. Ain't nobody can get up here and talk about giving people guns, which is illegal. You can't give nobody a gun. I don't give a fuck if you fucking a detective. You can't give your gun to nobody. You could be a sergeant. You could be a captain. You cannot give your goddamn gun to a civilian, especially civilians with records. So you know he got some type of immunity or some type of junior G-man badge or something. You can't do that.
Yeah, then he be talking about, yeah, he stay telling on Puff. Yeah. Hey, yo,
He's
he ain't
lying
coming
on Puff
home. He
too.
going to
He
jail
be
for this.
lying on Puff.
Yeah, man. Like, my thing is, bro, and he going to see this. He probably watching it now. Like, Jane, for real, man. For real, man. Stop it, man. And put it together so we can go toe to toe with the gloves on. And after that, we can shake hands, man. I mean, I hope you forgive me for whatever happened. I hope you forgive me and the Crimeys for what happened to you in 1999, man. It wasn't meant for you. I told you that. It wasn't meant for you, man. You just happened to be a casualty of the war. You know what I'm saying? And you kind of saved my life because I probably would have been dead or in jail for life. That's my mind state back then. You know, and I always was Muslim, but I ain't know the deen the way I was able to learn the deen. You know what I'm saying? So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala blessed me with the deen because of the act that happened with you that night. So I don't have no larceny against you besides the fact you try to assassinate my character as well as my crimes. You know what I'm saying? We made men in the street. And I ain't even just saying that like we really, really been in the trenches all our life. And I'm just happy we all still alive and we all free. And we all doing positive things, you know what I'm saying? And just trying to stay out the way. And then you got a clown like you, old as hell, trying to act like you a hood nigga, man. Trying to act like you was made man or some shit. Oh yeah, I was if F4 would have listened to me, if such stop it, man. And you probably did call him and talk to him, or whatever. But man, you ain't how you don't, yeah, bro. You don't got that type of power in the streets, bro. Like I talk to dudes that know you, man. You police. You ain't never been a street nigga. Niggas ain't never looked at you like you a street nigga, man. Niggas ain't never looked at you with no respect, my nigga. Mason, I'm laughing at you, nigga. Like this nigga don't never bust his gun. Cam said, Mason, well, why you was scared, nigga? The #1 rapper in the world got killed. Why the fuck wouldn't I be scared? Nigga, you let Big get killed. My brother died the day before Big, so that's personal for me too, nigga. You let the notorious one get murdered on your watch. And then you still talking tough. If I was you, future reference, just get humble, man. Yo, I just started a nonprofit. I'm starting to help kids. All my fans want here. They want to send the kids to school for this. I got y'all. Do some shit like that. Do some philanthropy. Instead of trying to sell your liquor and trying to get donations and talking and singing and being a clown, they got a whole little skit before he come on. I went on his shit. We was dying. Me and crime, he's all of us about 20 deep watching this nigga shit. Why we filming? Nigga, you's a clown. And when the documentary come out, nigga, you probably gonna hide. Because when my crimies get on your ass, the ones that was in the car with you smacking you on the head with them hammers, when you hear them niggas talking, you probably gonna be scared again. You probably gonna start pissing. You will probably start crying. You bitch ass nigga. They want to fight you too. But I was in there. I got him. I got him. Put the gloves on. Let's put the gloves on for some money, man.
And see what he gonna do is run into them and not know it's not even them because they ain't even getting on camera, right? And they right in Jersey too. See,
They
man,
actually,
that's what
they actually in
he's
New York.
stupid.
They actually in New York and Jersey. So they everywhere. We everywhere. You know what I'm saying? We everywhere. But yeah, man, we don't want no smoke though, man. Besides legal smoke, I be out here dispensaries. We doing a lot of legal things, man. We ain't arenas and things like that is on the horizon, man. Like nobody got no time, man. When we go through the hood, is to talk to the peoples and let them know, boom, this is what we doing, man. This is what you could be doing. You know what I'm saying? Giving them jobs for the city of North, different places where we connected at. That's what our man Raspberry Racket did. Like we went through the hoods and made big homies mentors and gave everybody job, big job. Yo, just police your own community. Like the man took like a nice amount of money from the police and gave it to the community, police our own communities. You know what I'm saying? So, we on a different time, man. And all around, everywhere we at. Baltimore, DC, we everywhere. You know what I'm saying? So my whole thing with him is like, you're not a street nigga. You're not from the streets. Stay in your lane, my nigga. And if you're tough and you want to put the gloves on, well, he set it up, nigga. And we can put the gloves on. And people gonna watch. And we get our money in charity. And we can hug after or not. I know I'm gonna knock you fuck out. Body blows. You know what I'm saying? Mean body blows. I met you all in your gut. You know what I'm saying? So
And you better than him because I got the Gym Star Razor for the gut.
yeah, but he gonna tell. I don't want to go back to jail. That's why.
Yeah.
That's why I don't do crimes no more. I don't want to go back to jail. I'm living good. Life is good. I don't want to go back to prison for beefing with him. You know what I'm saying? Bang outs and all that. If anything, he gonna go to jail. He see what else try to shoot us with his legal gun, and then my people with their legal gun go in self defense and shoot your dumb ass, and then you gonna be the one all in the hospital and in jail and going through this. Cause you want to be a gangster anyway. I think you want to see what jail feel like anyway. Put the nigga on the island for about a week. He act like he act like he's so motherfucker G'd up. Put him on the island for a week and then let him out. And see, I guarantee a nigga start talking different. Matter of fact, just send him the sing, right? But just send him like the sing for like a week. No PC, straight population. Let him go to A block yard, B block yard for a minute. And then come out next week. He'll be telling you, oh man, I just want all the kids to get their life together. His whole thing will change. He go crazy being in that cell for 24 hours, choke. Big nigga like him in that little cell. Them old ass sinks, them old ass toilets. That nigga go crazy. Like we crazy, nigga. I ain't fake crazy, nigga. That time, 15 years in that little ass cell will make you go crazy. But you just got to balance your crazy out. I'm not a regular nigga. You understand what I'm saying, bro? I don't act like I'm a regular nigga, but I'm saying enough to know what not to do and what to do. But I ain't got it all up here. None of us do. None of the niggas I know we been through too much. Nigga, my psych told me I got PTSD, ADHD, some other DVDs and fuck, nigga. This is fact.
Got
Like, yo, real
DVDs.
talk. Yo, we did a joint right at the hub in North, right, called Broken Crayon Still Color, right?
Yeah.
Broken Crayon Still Color. I was like one of the only males on it, and I was telling my story, right? And yo, afterwards, all of the sites, because we had a lot of counselors in there and people that they was like, oh my God, you're the poster child for mental trauma. They had my picture on the joint, poster child. Like, nigga, everybody I know and love dead from young. Father beheaded at 2, little brother died when I'm 7, other brother died, mother died, father died, stepfather died, grandmother, best friend, best friend, best friend. Name of my book is the only thing promised is that. I don't know nothing else but that. It always be times when I was working for Nork, I got so burnt out that I used to be like, I wish a nigga would just kill me. Not suicide, right? But I used to be like, dare a nigga to kill me at one time. Because the mental trauma. Like, I had burnt myself out. Because I'm in every hood. Yo, we gonna do this, we gonna do that. Then these my old hoods. So I'm staying, getting drunk, fucking with niggas, going to work next day, talking the good shit. But then at night, I'm with the niggas. They like, oh, you wilding more than us. And I ain't even not meaning to, but certain songs come on, I automatically think it's 9-5. I done hit a switch. I'm slam dancing and all types of shit in the crowd. Dolo. Nothing. I'm like, oh, chill. I'm like, fuck, chill. This regular nigga. And my mind is 90s again. I had to realize that when I sat down for a minute, they sat me down, and Allah sat my ass down, and then he lifted me up again. No, this is what it is, bro. You understand what I'm saying? So,
And trust me, dude, it's a lot of dudes like you that got that street trauma. Dudes that come home from jail and can't shake off the old era. You know, it takes a long time to get readjusted to society. You know what I'm saying?
different, man. You be needing that support. You definitely gotta have a good woman. You know what I'm saying? Like I realized that, that having a strong woman in your corner, man, that really understand you, y'all they got the same chemistry and things like that. That's your best. That's like be your best advisor. That be for me the psych thing. Somebody that just overstand me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not an easy dude to be around. A woman gotta really like overstand me and see the diamond under all the rust. You know what I'm saying? And be like,
Yeah.
nah, my baby just need, and that's what I got, and that's what really had me like in a different space, man. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah, stay there. Stay there. Don't let Gene get you out of the character. You know what I mean?
never that, man.
Stay in
I
the peaceful
never.
mode, but trust me, I know how it is. When this nigga done got on here and said the wildest shit about my moms to make me crash out. Don't know. I'm the type of nigga that be sitting in the bushes for 3 months to see every time you go to the store to get milk to catch you in the supermarket. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, yo, you're not gonna make me crash out, and all you saying is lies. But trust me, a nigga will push you to that point that you feel like a nigga testing you. And for me, it's like, yeah, all right, okay. But long as I know it ain't true, I'm gonna keep a level head. But a nigga will definitely, like Pac said, nigga, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my thing is right. Like I don't I don't I don't never want to revert back to my old ways. You understand what I'm saying? I am who I am. Who will always be me. You know what I'm saying? But like I told you, I do the Islamic poetry. I've been had nonprofits. I was on the Breakfast Club. Me, Blaze, Tretch. This 2015. I did Vice Land with Michael K. Williams, rest in peace.
Yeah,
Brought him through the whole North. You know what I'm saying? We did that. They chopped me out a lot because me and him was going through it because of my whole bunch of bullshit. But I got to apologize to him before he passed away Isabella at the block party before he died. He died like 2 weeks later. But I did a lot, man. And then when like Corona hit, we was just about to do arena. We was about to do the clean water concert, Naughty by Nature and Friends. And then Corona hit, and that shit brought me to a deep depression because I was attempting to do the arena 3 times, and that time we had it. We were about to start promoting it. I was making 100 bands while I was just as a vendor. And yeah, man, that shit ain't go through. I went through, and then my mayor, the Honorable Raz Baraka, and they put me in a position in my hood, making good money, just being in my hood, stuff like that. But I got burned down being in North too much. And I got caught up in Atlantic County with some crazy shit, 22 months trying to help some kids and shit. I had to fight that, you know what I'm saying? Then come home and then start all over again. And
that's why it's good to stay away from the hood. You know what I'm saying?
No, it ain't even about staying away from the hood, because
it is about that. Like when you grow up in that environment, you go back into that environment, you will get right back into that type of stuff.
With me, Choke, I don't give a fuck. I was 100 million up, 100 billion up. I'm the type nigga gonna come out and buy the whole hood type shit. I'm one of them niggas gonna always be in my hood. But it's just the drugs. I was fucking with ecstasy and liquor and all that shit. That's what had me. But if I'm there and I'm sober and I know how to come talk to my people and be out. But if I'm on that shit, nigga, like I said, I think it's the 90s again. And now I'm there until 2, 3 in the morning. Like, you understand what I'm saying? So
yeah, but that's what I'm telling you. If you don't go in the environment, you're not going to deal with it.
No, it's
if you away from it, you'll stay away from it. You go back to it, you will definitely get tempted and relapse or look at it.
Not with me though. Like when I came home, I just changed everything. I seen things different. Like in the last 15 months that I've been home, I just seen things different. Like more of appreciation, because when I got back for 22 months, it humbled me because I was arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Like I used to be telling my boss at work, I don't work for y'all, I work for the mayor. You can't tell me nothing. I was the drugs and the liquor had me arrogant with the power of being able to go in every hood and we doing this, we doing that. That power is a drug, man. With drugs, let's just ecstasy or some Molly, nigga. That shit have you thinking you already 10 million up. You understand what I'm saying? So, but to be a sober minded and to be back focused how I'm on it. No, I'm at my best. I'm at my best. I got the clarity. You know what I'm saying? And I'm in tune with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm in a different space, man. Like I said, I'm in a good space. And I'm not even talking about Gene no more unless he accept the fight and we can set it up where we can get busy. You know what I'm saying? Other than that, man, I would like
listen, let me say something real quick. When Gene said that he was on the stand, and the only reason he was crying, he was on the stand because he was reaching down to grab his service revolver to shoot you in the courtroom. Yeah. You should have known right there. Yeah. This nigga full of shit, right?
No, like
right there, you should have been like, this nigga's a clown. You get what I'm saying? Because that's how I look at it now. When he lie, I don't let it frustrate me no more. I don't even watch the shit. But you know what I'm saying? It's like when a dude tell you that they was reaching down on the stand in the courtroom to grab their gun to shoot you in the courtroom, and the bailiff came and grabbed him. Like if anybody watching right now believe that he snuck a gun into the courtroom and made it on the stand with it, and he was a parole officer and he was going to shoot you in the courtroom, right? That's him watching too many goddamn movies, my nigga.
But the fact that he said it on live TV, and ain't nobody in the comments checking. Well, they probably did. I ain't really, but nobody ain't. No. I heard dudes were saying, "Damn, Jane, you squilling or you telling who this or that." Not even squilling, nigga. You're lying. You're putting false accusations on people.
Yo, bro,
that's what bugged me out. He said, "Yeah, and the people who got killed at Club Eugene, whoever family that is, them niggas who did it." It was funny as hell because I don't know. I never heard of Club Eugene. I don't even know. I never heard of that. First of all, I don't think nobody.
He's lying. Let me ask you a question. And this question, I'll put it to everybody in the chat. Has there ever been an incident that you know of in your lifetime, right, He might got knocked off. Somebody called his phone. What you call it? Oh, there you go. You back. All right.
Yeah. Hold on. Oh, yeah. All right.
All right. Now, has there ever been an incident in your lifetime that you, out of all the dudes that you knew that got arrested, went to trial, was in court, has there ever been one incident where a person shot a nigga in the courtroom on the stand?
Yo, that nigga's ill. I guess he wanted to be in the
That's a
same.
real question. That in my lifetime, I have never seen nobody. Like that's New Jack. What's that? New Jack
Oh
City?
no. Oh, let me. I do. My man, beloved, rest in peace, man. He had his girl sneak a hammer in the courtroom. It was a crooked cop telling on his brother, Eddie Filson, my man, beloved, rest in peace. My childhood friend, man. And he had his chick who worked in the courthouse sneak a gun in. This was 93. I just came home. And the crooked cop was telling on his brother. His brother was locked up. The cop came in to testify. Eddie was in the motherfucking stands. As soon as he came down that aisle to testify, he got up and hit him in the head. Then he tried to shoot the judge and made it out the courthouse. But the driver, my other child friend, Kyle, was at Burger King. He about 20 feet away. He heard all the sirens and pulled off and left him. And they actually used to be putting cut up glass in Eddie's food.
You see the difference in that story? A court officer gave somebody a gun.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, she
wasn't
worked
no court officer.
Mm-hmm.
So how would he ever get a gun into the building? You get what I'm saying? How could a civilian get a gun into the building? You have to be working in the court to be able to have a gun in the building, to be on the other side of that metal detector, right? So who is ever getting a gun in the courtroom and then getting ready to shoot? Trust me, bro. If he was going to shoot you on the stand, he wouldn't have been in there testifying against you because he would have rather seen you on the street.
And yo, his man, he had a big black dude, one of his partners that was in his stand. Ice Billy be the one nigga, he came every day. Big black nigga, big bald head black nigga was Ice Billy. And I used to be looking back at him. Nigga was there every day though, right? But Gene was crying like a motherfucker, man. He was crying like a girl, like damn, like every time he seen his jewels, he started crying. Like this was real tears, bro. And he admitted, because I was waiting for him to say he didn't. I got the paperwork, but he admitted it. But he said, I guess he had to be gangster with it. And he said, listen, man, well, I was reaching. What you didn't know is I was reaching in to get my holster, and I was about to hit you with the belt. I wish you would have did that. I'd have been a mistrial. Nigga, I'd have went home. You would have been locked up. I wish you would. I'd have had a lawsuit. Same way them two chicks, your mans and them shot. The two crackheads uptown. Apologize for calling y'all. Whatever. The two people y'all shot because they millionaires. They up now. Heard they was coming through Harlem with minks on and all that after that. Word up. So I would have been right there with them, man. I wish you would have shot me in the arm or something. I'd have beat the case, got a lawsuit, and you would have been in jail. You would have had my cell in CZ, Attica, Clinton, Comstock, Auburn, Green Haven, that, 5 Point, all the boxes. You would have been in there. You understand what I'm saying? So, man, ayo, man, he on entertainment time. It's real life. You know what I'm saying? I'm dealing with real life. I'm putting true stories out, documentaries, biographies. My book about to come out. I'm supposed to go on Charlemagne soon. Put the book out. There's a lot going on, man. Like he just one chapter in the book. You know what I'm saying? One chapter in the book, man. And his whole life revolved around Diddy. Like, move on, my nigga. Like, write a book about your life. Talking about anything you've been through or whatever stuff. Like, his whole life, Diddy. This nigga probably dream about Diddy. I know.
Diddy.
You know, seen Diddy naked. I'd love to hear what Diddy got to say about this guy. I can't wait to Puff come on and let it be known about this guy.
You don't want Diddy to come on. This is why he went to the courthouse and tried to get them to use him to testify against Diddy. They was like, nah, man, we good. We don't need you.
Yo.
Yeah, he did. You ain't see shout out to my man Charlucci. He was up here talking about how Gene came down to the courthouse and went to the prosecutors and was trying to get them to use him to testify against Diddy.
Niggas are lame, man.
Right now, we good. We good, sir. You can go home.
So look, let me. Hey, Choke, man. Let me just say this, man, before we exit, big bro, man. I appreciate you, man.
Yeah.
Put me on your platform, bro. And you know, everything else coming out. Hopefully, we could do something positive together with the kids, or you know, whatever, man. Just you know, going into jails and different things. You know, my thing is now when people come from prison, the young boys, and now they grown and all that or whatever. I want to take them under the wing and show them different trades and different things. And hopefully, man, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala take the blinders off this guy, man, and let him realize that you're just a regular guy that had a job, man. That you had a job where you carried a legal hammer and you met some guys and you know in the industry, Diddy and them, and became a part of that world, was fascinated with it, because that's what happens, you know. But my thing is, bro, just be a regular guy, man. You know, man, you don't gotta be. It ain't. I know the movies make everybody want to be gangsters, but everybody's not a gangster, man. And I'm telling you, man, niggas who is gangsters, they a lot of pain, a lot of blood, sweat, and tears went into being a part of that life, man. This is not nothing to glorify. This shit is horrifying, bro. It's not nothing to glorify. And that's why I'm speaking on this guy, because you're trying to glorify street stuff that you wasn't even a part of. You went to college. You had a legal gun. You're retired with a pension. You don't have no worries about you probably ain't felt what it feel to be hungry in a long time. So you don't know what it feel like to have pain, real pain. You know what I'm saying? So us guys who've been in prison for a long time and or been in the streets and sacrificed a lot, bro, it's not a game to us. But to you, it's a game. So all I'm saying is take it down. You're gonna be hearing from my lawyers real soon. And like I said, if you want to fight, put the gloves on or whatever, because I can't do nothing to you legally. You're police. I mean, illegally, you're police. I'm just gonna go to jail, put hands on you. But if you want to fight with the gloves on, you know, you probably want to get a lot off. Probably want to fight one of them that put their hands on you. So you can pick which one you want to fight. Matter of fact, if you're tough, you can fight all of us different nights or different rounds. That's how we used to do tough niggas. You know, I'm gonna fight you one round, then you, then you. That's how the niggas I grew up on used to do it. So if you tough like that, you can probably fight all of us in the same night. Start with me, then Blizzle, then Whispers. You want to fight Monkey Man too for driving? You can fight all of us. But stop being so tough. Walk around with that legal gun, thinking that shit means something. You see it ain't mean nothing last time. You quicker now on the draw, you older now. Nigga, stop it. Cause I don't want none of that sort. I don't want to go back to jail. But I will put hands on you with the gloves on for some money. So let's leave it like that, Choke. You know what I'm saying?
Say no more.
And my guy, I'll get with you real soon on another note. We ain't even talking about that nigga no more.
All right, yeah. If you need me to come talk to some kids or whatever, or go to the jails, I'm with it. So just let me know ahead of time.
There you go, and I appreciate you, Bobo.
No doubt.
Salute.
All right, peace.
My God.
Choke no joke. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Shout out to my man Juice. Yusef Juice. All right. Shout out to all them brothers over in Newark. All right. Yeah. So Gene Squill, you know, the reason he came on because Gene lied to him about they killed somebody at some club, Eugene's. You know how Gene just be making up stuff, lying ass mother effer. You know what I'm saying? And then Gene said that he was going to shoot him when he was on the stand, when he was testifying, when he talked about, you know, Gene was crying on the stand. Gene said he was only crying because he was reaching for his pistol in his ankle, and he was crying because he was about to shoot him. But the bailiff saw Gene and ran and grabbed him and took him off the stand. Like, if y'all believe that Gene was going to shoot this man in the courtroom, y'all believe that he ain't know nut that Big was going to get killed that night. But I got something for y'all tonight. Get into the Tupac thing, right? I'm gonna show y'all how these people be lying when it comes to this Tupac thing, right? Where's my phone? Hold on. Rest in peace, Malcolm Jamal Warner. Yeah, I know he passed away, drowned on a vacation. I'm gonna cover that later because everybody start running around talking about conspiracy theories. So I gotta look deep into that before I just jump into the story because I want to get all the details. But I know he was on a vacation with his daughter, and they say the current was strong or whatever. It's kind of scary. Okay, now let me get right to this, right? Now remember, right? When it comes to this Tupac thing, there are a lot of people lying, right? And remember, the cop grade Caden, he's one of the biggest liars in the Tupac and Biggie situation. This is the guy. This is the guy that Reggie told when Reggie was the suspect in Biggie's murder that Southside killed Biggie in retaliation for not getting their money on the hit on Tupac, right? Oh boy. Listen to this guy, right? Now, this is how I know that Greg Caden's job was to just get the to exclude the LAPD from being involved in these cases just so that Ms. Wallace couldn't sue, right? I want y'all to check this out, right? Hold on. Let me get my I'm using this under fair use, right? Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowances made for fair use for the purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair uses of use permitted by the copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, and personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use, right? And I'm using this under fair use, right, to criticize Greg Caden's lies, comment, news report. There's the guy in researching the Tupac murder, right? There's the guy that wrote the statement for Poochie, wrote the confession letter for Poochie, like he know how dudes in Compton talk, right? Like he met Poochie before, where he could write a letter, right? He could write a letter for a dead dude from the hood, like he knows how this guy would talk, what slang he would use, even if he knew how to even write, right? I don't trust Greg Caden for nothing because he's a liar. If he can write a letter, right? If he can write a letter for a dead man from the hood and make it believable, that nigga definitely need to be writing movies, right? Now, check this out. This is courtesy of Vlad TV. Shout out to Vlad TV. For Vlad should know by now all these guys that's be lying because he done interviewed all of them, right? Check this one out. Check this one out. If you know the Tupac case, check this one out. This is hilarious. Tell me if y'all ever heard anybody tell this story this way. Check this out. Listen to this.
The actual altercation at the MGM. So go ahead and just describe the story based on what KPD told you.
The group had gone out to Las Vegas without any intent whatsoever to have any problems. They for a long period of time.
How did he really lay out that night in terms of what happened from beginning to end? You know, because from what I understand,
to evaluate whether or not it's in his best interest to cooperate. And so that was the arrangement, that he would sit down and tell us everything we wanted to know about anything we asked, and that he had to be entirely truthful, or else he would be charged, not only for the drug crimes, but for potentially his own confession.
You talking about Keefe?
Okay. So he sat down with you and started confessing.
That's correct.
How long did he talk for?
Well, we had multiple interviews. It wasn't just one time. We sat down and spoke a variety of times on a variety of different topics. But, you know, specifically the Tupac and Biggie cases were the ones that we were the most interested in. So we spoke for hours over a long period of time.
How did he really lay out that night in terms of what happened from beginning to end? You know, because from what I understand, you know, you could talk about sort of what led up to the actual altercation at the MGM. So go ahead and just describe the story based on what KPD told you.
The group had gone out to Las Vegas without any intent whatsoever to have any problems. They did not go out there with any specific motivation to hunt down Tupac or to have any encounters with Suge Knight. But just by the nature of the rivalry that was taking place between them, they began to have encounters. There was an encounter between the Southside Crips and Suge Knight and his entourage in the arena prior to the event where Orlando Anderson and Tupac Shakur get into a fight.
In Vegas, there was an encounter?
Correct. Prior to the videotape that we see of Tupac and Orlando Anderson getting into an altercation.
Okay, I didn't know about this part.
How many of y'all knew that? How many of y'all ever heard that? That before the fight with Pac and goddamn Before Pac jumped on Orlando, they already had a fight, right? Y'all heard that before? Who said that anywhere besides Greg Caden, right? This guy here is such a liar, bro. He is such a liar. Listen to this story. They're going to do anything to make this goddamn story stick.
To the actual altercation at the MGM. So go ahead and just describe the story based on what Keefe D told you.
The group had gone out to Las Vegas without any intent whatsoever to have any problems. They did not go out there with any specific motivation to hunt down Tupac or to have any encounters with Suge Knight. But just by the nature of the rivalry that was taking place between them, they began to have encounters. There was an encounter between the Southside Crips and Suge Knight and his entourage in the arena prior to the event where Orlando Anderson and Tupac Shakur get into a fight.
Quick reminder, there has never been no beef between Southside and the Mall Rules prior to the incident with Tupac. As Keefe D told you, him and Suge went to school together, played football together. They was all cool. Suge said they was cool. Nobody ever said Southside had a beef with Mar Paru prior to this. Never one of Greg Caden's lies, but I will move on.
And well, you could talk about sort of what led up to the actual altercation at the MGM. So go ahead and just describe the story based on what Keefe D told you.
The group had gone out to Las Vegas without any intent whatsoever to have any problems. They did not go out there with any specific motivation to hunt down Tupac or to have any encounters with Suge Knight. But just by the nature of the rivalry that was taking place between them, they began to have encounters. There was an encounter between the Southside Crips and Suge Knight and his entourage in the arena prior to the event where Orlando Anderson and Tupac Shakur get into a fight.
In Vegas, there was an encounter?
Correct. Prior to the videotape that we see of Tupac and Orlando Anderson getting into an altercation.
Okay, I didn't know about this part. This is the first time hearing about this. So what actually happened before the videotaped altercation?
Well, inside the arena, there was just a brief encounter. Now, these Crips and Bloods from these sets, they know each other. They've encountered each other before during other confrontations. And so they recognize each other. And there's a little bit of a push and shove match. Nothing serious, but a statement is made from Suge Knight that he's untouchable. And the Crip replies, well, you can be touched. And this was set a little bit of a adversarial type of setting or environment right off the bat as soon as they saw each other.
Okay.
Yo. So you tell me Keefe D and them, we had a pushing and shoving match with Suge and them, and nobody got washed up? You mean to tell me nothing happened? Yo, Suge and them and Keefe D and them, they pushing and shoving, and Suge said, yeah, I'm untouchable. And the nigga said, yo, you could be touched. And nothing happened right there. Everybody just went and watched the fight. Nothing happened. But Tupac jump on the nigga and the nigga get killed, right? Really? Yo, this dude is such a liar, bro. He is such a liar, bro. They was pushing. Where's that video at, Greg Caden? Why y'all didn't pull that video and show that? If y'all got the other fight, you damn sure got the pushing and shoving match before then, right? This guy's a liar, bro.
Based on what Keefe D told you.
The group had gone out to Las Vegas without any intent whatsoever to have any problems. They did not go out there with any specific motivation to hunt down Tupac or to have any encounters with Suge Knight. But just by the nature of the rivalry that was taking place between them, they began to have encounters. There was an encounter between the Southside Crips and Suge Knight and his entourage in the arena prior to the event where Orlando Anderson and Tupac Shakur get into a fight.
In Vegas, there was an encounter?
Correct. Prior to the videotape that we see of Tupac and Orlando Anderson getting into an altercation.
Okay, I didn't know about this part. This is the first time hearing about this. So what actually happened before the videotaped altercation?
Well, inside the arena, there was just a brief encounter. Now, these Crips and Bloods from these sets, they know each other. They've encountered each other before during other confrontations. And so they recognize each other. And there's a little bit of a push and shove match. Nothing serious, but a statement is made from Suge Knight that he's untouchable. And the Crip replies, well, you can be touched. And this was set a little bit of a adversarial type of setting or environment right off the bat, as soon as they saw each other.
Okay. So then what happened after the fight?
Want to try terzepatide?
So this is terzepatide, and it is the #1 weight loss medicine.
After the fight, Tupac Shakur and several members of the Mob Piru, Suge's entourage, and members of Death Row, they're all kind of milling around. I don't know if you've been to the MGM, but after a fight, it's just, it's pandemonium. There's just people everywhere. And because there was already this encounter, Trayvon Lane, who had a prior confrontation with Orlando Anderson, recognized Orlando from a prior fight between the two of them, and tells Tupac, hey, be on guard. There's one of our enemies. Tupac takes it upon himself to go over and initiate a altercation with Orlando. The rest of the Mob Piru run over and jump in as kind of a gangbang. And
damn, nigga, Reggie didn't prep you for this interview, dude. Now Trayvon just says, yo, be careful. There go one of our dudes we got beef with. Oh, so it was no chain story, huh, Greg Cater? Huh? Now it was Trayvon saying, yo, man, be on point, man. That's one of our guys over that we got a problem with. And Pac just ran over there and he started jumping on him. Yo, bro, these guys are lying. These guys are lying, bro. They lying.
You've been to the MGM, but after a fight, it's just, it's pandemonium. There's just people everywhere. And because there was already this encounter, Trayvon Lane, who had a prior confrontation with Orlando Anderson, recognized Orlando from a prior fight between the two of them, and tells Tupac, hey, be on guard. There's one of our enemies. Tupac takes it upon himself to go over and initiate a altercation with Orlando. The rest of the Mob Piru run over and jump in as kind of a gangbang. And that's what happened at the MGM.
Okay. What happened after that altercation with Orlando?
After the altercation, Orlando kind of licked his wounds and went and found his uncle, Keefe D, who was nearby. Keefe D was with some other Southside Crips and along with some characters from New York, some associates from New York, including a guy named Eric Zip Martin, who was a drug associate of Keefe D's. And they just had a conversation about the fact that Orlando was just attacked by not only Tupac, but from the Death Row entourage. And they planned retaliation. And Zip and his crew offer to assist Keefe D and his crew. And Keefe D says, no, we got this. We can handle it. However, they didn't take any guns out there. They weren't stupid enough to travel across the, Nevada and California desert with guns and to Las Vegas. And
bro, let me tell you something. California and Vegas is California's backyard. If you think these dudes is gangbangers and they were scared to take guns to California, you're bugging. That is probably a regular thing for dudes that was from California that was gangbanging to go out there and have guns. Not saying that they did or not, but the way he's laying it on, like, it's impossible. But Zip came all the way from New York and he got a gun. KVD and them, they gangbangers. And they didn't have no gun. This is why when Vlad asked Keefy D, so y'all didn't have no gun. And Keefy D said, who told you that? Gray Cannon told him that. Because these niggas, so Zip ain't even a gangbanger. But you telling me Zip had a gun and he came all the way from New York to the Tyson fight, and these dudes drove out from California, 3-hour drive, 4 hours tops, and they don't have a gun, but they're going to get a gun from a dude all the way from New York, right? And y'all think, man.
He was with some other Southside Crips and along with some characters from New York, some associates from New York, including a guy named Eric Zip Martin, who was a drug associate of KVD's. And they just had a conversation about the fact that Orlando was just attacked by not only Tupac, but from the death row entourage. And they planned retaliation. And Zip and his crew offer to assist KVD and his crew. And KVD says, no, we got this, we can handle it. However, they didn't take any guns out there. They weren't stupid enough to travel across the, Nevada and California desert with guns and to Las Vegas. And so Zip, who did have a gun, offered his, and they went out to the parking lot, and he went into his car, got a hold of the Glock 40 caliber gun and handed it to KVD, and off they went in search of Tupac and Suge.
So it was just one gun?
Just one gun.
Okay. So how did they end up actually running into Suge and Tupac's car?
The Southside Crips knew, everybody in Vegas knew that, had any interest, that Tupac Shakur and Mike Tyson and other celebrities were going to be over at Suge Knight's 662 Club. So,
just for the record, Mike Tyson had his own after party. Just for the record, Mike Tyson had his own after party. And second, Suge BMW was a brand new car. So how the hell would Keefy D and them know which car Pac and them was in? Y'all believe the story that Pac was hanging out the car and the girls was going, Tupac, Tupac, and he hanging out the car. That's how they noticed him in the dark. Okay, Gray Kaden, sure. Gray Kaden, I would love to interview you. I got a bunch of questions.
Got a hold of the Glock 40 caliber gun and handed it to KVD, and off they went in search of Tupac and Suge.
So it was just one gun?
Just one gun.
Okay. So how did they end up actually running into Suge and Tupac's car?
The Southside Crips knew, everybody in Vegas knew that, had any interest, that Tupac Shakur and Mike Tyson and other celebrities were going to be over at Suge Knight's 662 Club. So the Crips went there initially, kind of lied in wait. And once there was an awareness by the mob Pyrus that the Crips were in the vicinity, the Crips thought it best just to kind of pack up their bags and move out. So as they were leaving, they're going down the street, they go to a liquor store. And shortly after departing from that liquor store, they happened to see Tupac and Suge and this entourage of vehicles, or this caravan of vehicles, going down the street in the opposite direction.
Okay. So was there any video footage from the liquor store, or was there, was the liquor store owner ever confirmed that they saw them? Or no?
Keep in mind, we don't gain this information until we get KVD's confession in 2009. So it's way after the fact that we even become aware that they had gone to a liquor store.
Okay. So they turn around They drive the opposite direction, and then what happens?
They're looking into the different vehicles. Orlando Anderson gets the gun from Keefe D, who is in the front seat. He hands it to the back seat. Orlando takes it. And as they pull up along the passenger side of Suge's BMW, Orlando leans out the window and begins firing in the direction of both Tupac and Suge.
Okay. And then what happens next?
Hello, Mark Barden here from Sandy Hook Promise. On December 14th, 2000.
What happens next is, this all happens in almost in a matter of just seconds. The white Cadillac begins to peel away, and it makes a right turn at the intersection. There's some females that are in a convertible Sebring who duck down because they hear the gunfire just over their shoulders and behind them. They also try to make a right turn at that intersection. They almost have a collision with the white Cadillac. And then another vehicle that was in the entourage with Suge Knight, driven by a guy named Alton McDonald, Buntry, he takes off initially with his passenger Neckbone to chase the white Cadillac, and there's some exchange of gunfire between the white Cadillac and the entourage vehicle. Meanwhile, Suge Knight is trying to, react to this whole thing, get out of that immediate kill zone, and he does a U-turn in order to go the other direction.
Okay, so how many shots were fired at Suge's car?
According to the reports, there's two. There's two claims. It was either 7 or 9. So depending on whether you want to count shell casings or whether you want to count the number of times the vehicle's hit, there's a variable there.
So the vehicle was hit 7 times.
Correct.
So they basically just unloaded the clip, more or less.
No, a 9mm Glock carries more rounds than that.
Okay. How many rounds in a 9mm?
It depends on whether it was a subcompact or whether full size, but upwards of like 13 rounds.
Okay, so half a clip, more or less.
Correct.
Okay.
Just for the record, the report is over 14 shots, at least 14 shots, not 7, not 9, 14. Let's continue with the lie.
And the shots are all over the car?
Yeah, they are. They go from the back, to the door, right outside of where Tupac's seated, and then also some from a kind of a front direction, like through a windshield.
Okay. Tupac was hit how many times?
Tupac was hit 4 times, I believe.
And Suge was hit?
Suge took a wound to the back of his head, and supposedly there's a metal fragment still inside of the base of his skull.
Another lie. Suge was not hit in the back of his head. Suge is hit on the side of his head. Not in the back, on the side. If any of y'all could picture Suge doing this interview, you see the little black thing right there. Not in the back of his head. Another lie, but let's continue.
It's undetermined whether or not that's a bullet fragment or whether it's a fragment of metal that came from, the shrapnel of metal in the car.
Okay. So the white Cadillac takes off. Suge makes a U-turn and tries to get the car out of the area. So someone from the death row entourage started to chase the white Cadillac and shoot at it?
Very briefly.
Very briefly. How many shots were fired, do you know?
Well, we know that the vehicle that was giving chase, the Toyota Supra that was driven by Alton McDonald, it suffered at least one gunshot wound, to that vehicle. There was a bullet that went into the door of that car. So we know that Orlando shot at least once behind him and hit Buntry's car. How many shots that Neckbone may have shot downrange, we just don't know. We don't have that information.
So Orlando's car shot back and hit the car from Suge's entourage.
That's correct.
Did anyone get hurt or actually get hit, or just the car?
Just the car.
Just the car.
And then another parked vehicle was also struck.
Okay, so it was multiple shots there, basically. So it was just a full-blown shootout at that point.
Right.
Okay. How far did Suge get before his car stopped?
Approximately.
Okay. Now that we established that those are lies, now watch this other lie.
Few bad apples to spoil the whole apple cart.
Now, David Mack, was he Compton PD?
David Mack was LAPD.
Was LAPD. Describe why David Mack went to prison.
David Mack robbed a bank. He robbed a Bank of America in association with several of his friends, and went to prison for it.
Why would an LAPD officer rob a bank? Of all the crimes that an LAPD guy can commit, you know, I mean, because you're dealing with other criminals, you're dealing with drugs that nobody wants to be reported. You're dealing with cash that nobody wants to be reported. You know what I mean? Like, cops robbing drug dealers has been something that's been happening from the very beginning. Why would you go and rob a bank?
First of all, David Mack was at that time that he robbed a bank, he's a uniformed cop. And he didn't have access to drug dealers, and to that extent. I mean, yeah, street drug dealers, you might get a few $100 here, maybe a couple $1,000, but you're not going to be able to get $722,000 from one criminal act, which is what he got in the Bank of America heist. So obviously he's going for big money, and you know, and he thought he was smart enough to get away with it. He wasn't, obviously, but you know, it's just greed.
How is David Mack connected to Death Row Records?
He's not.
He wasn't.
Not at all.
Okay, but there were.
Another lie. Another lie. David Mack was not connected to Death Row Records? Greg Canaan, what are you covering up, buddy? David Mack was not connected to Death Row, so he wasn't connected to Kevin Gaines and Ralphio Perez and oh, buddy. Do we need Chief Bernard Parks here? Do we need Layla here? Do we need C-Style here? Do we need Joe Cool here? Rest in peace. Really? Really? Isn't he the guy who fit the description? Bald head with a mustache. Look like a bitch in the face. No disrespect to him. No? Greg Caden, you wouldn't stand on that? You want to stand on that? Okay. We'll be back with that one. Or y'all could go on my backup channel and look at that video. Matter of fact, I'll post it before I get off here. Or you could go on my Instagram and look at the video, the montage that I put together with everybody saying he worked security. Okay? This guy is a liar.
But you're not going to be able to get $722,000 from one criminal act, which is what he got in the Bank of America heist. So obviously he's going for big money, and you know, and he thought he was smart enough to get away with it. He wasn't, obviously, but you know, it's just greed.
How is David Mack connected to Death Row Records?
He's not.
He wasn't.
Not at all.
Okay, but there were police officers that were connected to Death Row Records.
Correct.
And who were they?
There was a variety of them that were moonlighting, doing security for Reggie Wright Jr., who ran Death Row Records security, Right Way Security. And so he would hire friends to come and they would moonlight as security.
Which is completely legal.
It's legal to an extent. A law was passed that you're not supposed to provide, that cops or armed bodyguards aren't supposed to provide protective services for convicted criminals. So there was a compromising issue there. So yeah, cops were doing it. They were moonlighting it. Again, this is back in, the mid 1990s. And they came from different agencies: Compton PD, Compton School Police, Inglewood PD, San Bernardino. So there was a variety of guys that were associated with Reggie Wright, who he would rely on to come in and provide protective services. And he liked to use off-duty cops.
And Reggie Wright, was he the one that was connected to Compton PD?
He was retired from Compton PD.
Was he the chief?
No, Reggie Wright Jr. was just a Compton police officer. His father was on the job, who was a lieutenant with Compton PD. And after he got a medical retirement, he started to do bodyguard work for Death Row Records.
I know that there was a certain level of suspicion because you now have Compton PD being employed by Death Row Records, pretty much, right?
Well, again, it was a variety of different agencies who had officers moonlighting as security for Death Row. It wasn't just Compton PD. There were several.
But the guy that's running the company
is retired from Compton.
Is retired, but do you see what I'm saying here? There's still that connection.
Well, a lot of cops retire and open up security agencies.
You know this is Reggie's boy right here. You know this is Reggie's boy right here. And remember, he gave Reggie immunity, according to Reggie, right? When he said that video, "Oh, I got immunity, y'all." Well, that came from Greg Caden when Reggie tried to set up Suge Knight and say that he killed Biggie and had Teresa Swan and them go in and kill and try to go to see Suge on a visit while she was wired up. He gave Reggie immunity, right, in the Biggie case, and Reggie's giving him this information, right? So right here, he's sitting here trying to defend Reggie. Why? Because he was an informant for him. This dude's a liar and his breath stinks. That's a joke. I don't know if his breath stinks. But now, still under fair use, right? For all those who out here keep saying that Pac was talking at the hospital, Pac told Suge he loved him at the hospital and all this other stuff, right? Let me show y'all something. Once Pac was in the ambulance, he was no longer conscious, right? If that was the case, he would have said, talk to his mother, he would have talked to his brother, he would talk to his sister, right? Listen, and just as a reminder, y'all, that Pac was unconscious or talking to anybody once he got in the ambulance. Let's bring on Chris Connor. Once again, we still on Vlad, right? Check this out. And y'all could go on Vlad and watch these full videos.
At Tupac, and he's yelling at him, "Pac, Pac," and he just keeps yelling, "Pac." And I can see, then I look down, I can see Tupac is trying to yell back around. People are yelling. I'm trying to watch these other guys a little bit. And now I've got, at this point, Suge Knight is coming up behind me. And, I'm see him, all I could see is, from the shoulders up in the window. And I figure this is probably the guy that's getting ready to shoot me. So I kind of keyed my attention on him, maybe even to a fault, kind of tunnel visioned on that guy. And I came up to him. I was yelling at him to open the door. When I came up in the car, I could see that there was bullet holes all in the side of the door. Their bullet holes were kind of right around the handle, and there was also one or more.
For those who don't know who this guy is, this is the Las Vegas Metro Police Department officer Chris Connell, and he's the first responder at the scene when Pac gets shot.
In the windshield right in front of the passenger side. So I was approaching on the passenger side.
I guess the car had been shot 13 times?
I couldn't tell you the exact number, but there were definitely multiple hits on the car. So I reached over, and I was not going to let this guy sit in the car and take me out. So I grabbed the car door, pulled the door open, and I was having a hard time getting the door open. And I think, and I'm still not positive, but I think the bullets being in close proximity to the handle itself, I think they somewhat disabled the mechanics of the door handle. And I was pulling it and couldn't get it open. So, which was just making me even more concerned. I'm like, I got this guy here and now I can't even open the door. And I just pulled it and finally it popped and it came opened. When I pulled the door open, now we've still got people running around. People are yelling. I'm trying to watch these other guys a little bit. And now I've got, at this point, Suge Knight is coming up behind me. And, I'm looking at him, and here's this guy is giant. And I'm just like, man, this is a bad situation for me. And I pulled the door open. And when I pulled it open, the guy sitting in the passenger seat, who turns out later to be Tupac, he kind of slumped out, came out with the door. So he's in the car, he's leaning against the door. And as I open the door, he kind of spills out. So he spilled out, and I just kind of grabbed him with one hand. And then I was pointing the gun at Suge with the other, because Suge is still trying to run up to me. And, the guy's clearly a threat. He was also just absolutely gushing blood out of the side of his head, but he's acting fine. I mean, he's not incapacitated in any way. He's shooting blood out of his side of his head, and he starts yelling at Tupac, and he's yelling at him, Pac, Pac, and he just keeps yelling, Pac. And I can see, then I look down, I can see Tupac.
Just for the record, I don't think this guy lied about anything, right? But what he said, Suge got blood squirting out of where? The side of his head. Gray Caden said Pac got shot. Suge got hit in the back of his head. Once again, Gray Caden is a liar.
Guy sitting in the passenger seat, who turns out later to be Tupac, he kind of slumped out, came out with the door. So he's in the car, he's leaning against the door. And as I open the door, he kind of spills out. So he spilled out, and I just kind of grabbed him with one hand. And then I was pointing the gun at Suge with the other, because Suge is still trying to run up to me. And, the guy's clearly a threat. He was also just absolutely gushing blood out of the side of his head, but he's acting fine. I mean, he's not incapacitated in any way. He's shooting blood out of his side of his head, and he starts yelling at Tupac, and he's yelling at him, Pac, Pac, and he just keeps yelling, Pac. And I can see, then I look down, I can see Tupac is trying to yell back to Suge, and he's just kind of not physically able to do it. And he's kind of, you can see him sort of mouthing, and they're in eye contact with each other. And he's trying to get something out to yell at Suge, and he can't get the words out. But he's still, he's fully conscious. He's moving. He's kind of squirming. And that's when I looked at him, and there was, an extensive amount of blood on him. And I saw that I couldn't tell exactly where it was, but he had clearly had torso wounds, which are, of course, almost always going to be life-threatening. So I realized then this guy has a good possibility of dying. So I looked at him and I said, what happened? Who shot you? Who did this? What's going on? And he's just really just kind of ignoring me. He's not even, even though I'm right there holding him, he's just kind of not acknowledging my presence. And he's trying to yell back at Suge. Well, I turned around at Suge, and that was the first time I noticed. I saw the back of another bike officer, and he was pushing Suge away from me. And that's the first time I realized there's other cops there. So that made me feel a lot better. So he kind of pushes Suge back, and Suge is still yelling, "Pack, pack." He's trying to yell at him. And then I saw Tupac just all of a sudden, just in an instant, he went from trying to, kind of squirming, looking at Suge, trying to get the words out to where you could tell he physically just gave up. He just wasn't able to do it. And he just crossed that line into just quitting and being at peace. And he just kind of laid back and.
Are you interested in mushrooms? Do you like drama? Do you love this?
What do y'all think that Pop was trying to say to Suge? What do y'all think Pop was trying to say to Suge after being shot?
Was calm and was no longer looking or trying to do anything. And I could just see that he was just, it's kind of like almost like an athlete or a runner when they hit that wall and it's just like it's over. And you could see that in his face. And I looked at him once again. I said, "What happened? Who did this? Who shot you?" And now he's looking at me. So we're looking at each other in the eyes. And this is kind of the first time he's even acknowledging my presence. And he looked at me, and I could tell he was getting the breath together to tell me. And he looked me right in the eyes, and we looked at each other, and he said, "Fuck you." And he said it just like that, with the emphasis on that F to really let me know. That's how he felt. So he said that, and right after he said it, he just kind of started gurgling, and you could tell he was in bad shape, and his eyes, he's starting to lose consciousness then, and his eyes roll back. And as it turns out, that would be his last conscious moment and his last words.
Y'all heard that? Did y'all hear that? Turns out that would have been his last conscious moment and his last words. So people telling you he was at the hospital, telling the doctors, "Yo, just let me die," and people telling you all these, Suge, "Yo, I love you, Suge," right? Pac was not conscious after that moment. So y'all keep believing Pork Butt trying to convince y'all otherwise, right? Pay attention.
And I looked at him once again. I said, "What happened? Who did this? Who shot you?" And now he's looking at me. So we're looking at each other in the eyes. And this is kind of the first time he's even acknowledging my presence. And he looked at me, and I could tell he was getting the breath together to tell me. And he looked me right in the eyes, and we looked at each other, and he said, "Fuck you." And he said it just like that, with the emphasis on that F to really let me know. That's how he felt. So he said that, and right after he said it, he just kind of started gurgling, and you could tell he was in bad shape, and his eyes, he's starting to lose consciousness then, and his eyes roll back. And as it turns out, that would be his last conscious moment and his last words.
So once he realized that you were a cop, and I guess you were asking him because there's something called a postmortem.
And police work, we have something called a dying declaration.
Yeah.
And basically what that is if someone is dying and believes they're dying, whatever they tell you, if you can get that information, is not hearsay in court. If you need to go in court and testify what they said, those statements are open season. It doesn't happen a lot. I've only him and one other guy in my 25 years of police work where I've had a dying declaration situation.
But once he realized that you were a cop, he didn't want to have anything to do with you.
No, I think he just he didn't feel like I think the guy was pissed. I think whether he knew he was going to die or not, I mean, who's to say? But he seemed like a guy that was pissed off that he was in the situation he was in, and he's trying to talk to his friend. And I think he just viewed me as an obstacle and somebody asking him something he didn't want to talk about. And, so he let me, he told me what he told me.
And you had said that Tupac had a bunch of jewelry on him and the jewelry was covered in blood.
It had a lot of gold jewelry. And that's always, when I think back, I mean, I remember the whole night well. And I remember that just the thick gold jewelry just being coated in blood, to where that blood was just kind of coagulating right there in that jewelry.
Suge, who was hovering around you, was now being pushed back by another officer.
Another officer was there.
A bicycle officer?
Yes.
You should switch to 1-800-CONTACTS because it's
super easy.
So cheap.
I save shipping costs.
So what happens next?
What happens next is we've just got, even though the immediate threat is a little bit down, and now I see that there's other cops there, it's still just an absolute mess of a situation. I mean, we've got one guy dying, we've got 10 cars all in the middle of the intersection, middle of Las Vegas Strip, traffic blocked both directions, crowd gathering, and we just not only am I the guy there, but I'm the sergeant, so I'm the one that's supposed to do something here. I could tell when I looked at Tupac that this was going to be something beyond first aid. I couldn't really do anything for him. His injuries were too severe. So I stayed there with him. Some of the other cops are now getting the guys that are part of his crew or part of the incident, and they're trying to round them up. And those guys are not terribly cooperative. There's no fights or anything, but it's kind of like a passive resistance where they're not doing what we ask them to do. They're not going where we want them to go. We're trying to kind of corral them so that we can get people patted down, check the cars for weapons. Never found any weapons in the cars or on anybody. And
once again, you heard what he said? They didn't find any weapons. So when KVD is telling the story, y'all, he seen Pop reach down and get a weapon, and the fireworks started, and then they shot back, right? Didn't KVD say that? He was lying. I told y'all, KVD is a patsy, bro. He was lying. They never found no guns in Pac and Suge car.
A part of his crew or part of the incident, and they're trying to round them up. And those guys are not terribly cooperative. There's no fights or anything, but it's kind of like a passive resistance where they're not doing what we ask them to do. They're not going where we want them to go. We're trying to kind of corral them so that we can get people patted down, check the cars for weapons. Never found any weapons in the cars or on anybody. And we're trying to section those people off. And another thing that you have to try to do is, because they're witnesses, they need to be kept separate so people don't get their stories together. Well, that's easier said than done. And we still didn't have, it took a while for police cars to get there, because it's it's right in the Strip, and the first guys there were on bikes. And I want to say we waited, it's my best guesstimate, 4 to 5 minutes before some cars and an ambulance got there.
So an ambulance comes fairly quickly?
4 to 5 minutes is probably my best guess.
Pretty fast.
Not too bad, yeah.
So the ambulance comes and they grab Tupac,
Right.
put him in the ambulance.
Yeah, they do kind of I mean, they could see he's in bad shape, so they just kind of grab him and go. So right when they were going, I grabbed one of the cops who worked for me, and I said, go ride with those guys to the hospital. So they put Suge, and Suge is still gushing blood. He's acting fine. He's not showing any signs of injury, but he's just spurting blood out of the side of his head. So I grabbed a cop, and he grabbed another cop, and those two rode in the ambulance to the hospital.
So Suge is in the same ambulance as Tupac?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I told them, try to get a dying declaration. I didn't think it would happen, and it didn't. He never was conscious again, but just in case they would be there, in case he did.
Once again, when Pac got in the ambulance, he was never conscious again. So they couldn't get no dying declaration because he was never conscious again. But let me bring it back.
But he's just spurting blood out of the side of his head. So I grabbed a cop, and he grabbed another cop, and those two rode in the ambulance to the hospital.
So Suge is in the same ambulance as Tupac?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, and I told them, try to get a dying declaration. I didn't think it would happen, and it didn't. He never was conscious again, but just in case they would be there, in case he did.
So now you have the rest of the entourage there. You've got the Outlaws and the bodyguard, I think Frank Alexander and so forth, some death row people. Do you start to question these guys?
We do. Once we go through, we'll go through a couple other basic things. Like I said, make sure there's no weapons. We got to get the crime scene secure. We want to try to identify the people who's got ID, start running the license plates, whose car is whose, start matching things up. And then, once the dust settles, sort of a thing, then you start asking questions. And at that point in an investigation, you're talking very preliminary type of questions,
Thank you, Chris. You are removed from the stand. We don't need you any longer. Right? Now, Lioness Gray Caden said that David Mack wasn't working for Death Row, right? David Mack was Lion Gray Caden said David Mack wasn't working for Death Row, right? Well, before I get off, like I said, I'm gonna give y'all a link so y'all could go and see that's a bunch of crap, right? But I want y'all to take this with y'all before then, right? Once again, for those who say Tupac wasn't leaving Death Row and Tupac and Suge didn't have no argument and this, that, and the other, I already proved that to y'all with the Michael Moore, right? But here's a little more for y'all. Shout out to RJ Bond. This is courtesy of Tupac Cover Up. Y'all could go check that out, right? It's on Tubi, all right?
The police agencies, the FBI, nor Las Vegas PD. And I found that to be a little strange because for the last week, I was with Tupac and I didn't get a single question from anyone about what I thought, what my theory was on what happened, nor about the Nextel phones where I had heard the conversation that said, God.
No interviews. This is my first any kind of interview. It was the DA's office, but no any other federal agencies, no.
These people should be isolated and transported, whether they wanted to or not, to the police station because they're material witnesses.
he's going to have to make some very difficult choices. One of those
Now, why do y'all think none of the security guards was questioned or not investigated, or questioned or taken in by any police at all? Why wouldn't none of these guys be interviewed? Right? Why? Why? Right? Why?
Our security guards, there was a bodyguard that he had escorted Pac to the airplane as they were leaving New York. And Tupac specifically told him that he was a dead man walking. What did you tell me he told you? I know you and I had a conversation. Yeah. You told me that Pac felt like he was a dead man walking.
What it was is that I think at the time after we did the MTV Awards, I think after we did the MTV Awards, I don't know what went down, but he wasn't too happy about it, and he didn't care about going anywhere. He didn't feel like he didn't want to go to Vegas, and I don't even think he wanted to do the video.
The last thing he said to me prior to leaving was, he's not going to be in Vegas. I don't have to worry about him showing up, and don't worry about it because he won't be there. I think Tupac wanted to leave, and I don't think Death Row wanted him to go.
Just for the record, since Greg Caden wants to lie, they look at Suge's head. It's on the side of his head. He didn't get hit in the back of his head. It's on the side of his head. Can you see it? Can you see it? It's on the side of his head. It is not on the back of his head. Greg Caden is a liar.
Really
Look, there go the back of Suge's head right there. You see the mark right there.
That's true.
I was hired by Mr. Knight when I first put himself in front of the bullets, so he did the right thing.
When Knight went to prison for the beating of Orlando Anderson at the MGM, Knight lent his organization to a partner that would be trustworthy and loyal to him, and at the same time have the means, contacts, and resources to enforce the rules of the organization. And in an organization with the name Death Row, the rules were upheld with violence and threats of violence.
He said it right out of his mouth, and his girlfriend confirmed it. Who, Reggie? Yeah. What did he say? Say what you did. He said they want me dead. Because he said that they said you told a lot of stuff.
These original recordings paint a different picture than the public image of Knight.
She said that the people at DRR want you dead.
I think I spent a year and a half with Death Row after that, and then I walked.
I just heard that they want me dead. Okay. So I wasn't going to say this, but I think I better. Okay, that's affirmative. That's true.
I was hired.
Why would they want Frank dead? Right? According to them, I'm going to say allegedly for legal purposes, that Reggie told Michael Moore that they wanted Frank dead because he talked too much. Right? And y'all think Keefy D and them did it? Really? You cannot be serious. Let me bring that back for you.
And threats of violence.
He said it right out of his mouth, and his girlfriend confirmed it. Who, Reggie? Yeah. What did he say? Say what you did. He said they want me dead. He said that they said you told a lot of stuff.
These original recordings paint a different picture than the public image of Knight.
She said that the people at DRR want you dead.
I think I spent a year and a half with Death Row after that, and then I walked.
I just heard that they want me dead. Okay. So I wasn't going to say this, but I think I better. Okay, that's affirmative. That's true.
I was hired by Mr. Knight when I first got started in this, and I felt it was the thing to do. I went to the prison, talked to him, and let him know I was leaving.
Because they were telling me that if it didn't go, if whatever you said wasn't positive, they were going to fix you. If Suge don't get out, boy, you're going to be in deep trouble, Frank. Who? You.
I had some loyalty to Death Row, and I still do. I just think that it was the thing to do. Talk to Mr. Knight, let him know that I was leaving so that I can be clear of Death Row.
Everything that Suge does, Reggie knows. Because I tell you right now, anything goes down with Suge, you know who's going to run this company? Reggie. Wrong. What do you mean, Death Row? He would much rather see it turn over to Reggie. Nope, wrong, because then everything comes back on Reggie.
In corporate America and national security, the head of security shown to be negligent at the least during an assassination is asked to find another line of work. Reggie Wright got a promotion.
When we went jet skiing with Mr. Knight, he told me on the lake. He goes, yeah, if anything happens, anything comes up, Reggie would be the one running the whole day in and day out operation. Man, I can't see it. Reggie's dad told me that. Well, he said, Michael, if anything happens to Suge, this is what he told me. Anything happens to Suge, Reggie would run the majority of the company. One thing Suge didn't do is he didn't blame any of it for Reggie. And trust me, the shit was already fault. Yeah, it was. It was already fault. It should have been blamed on Reggie. You know, I mean, it wasn't even something where you could debate it. Any common sense tells you that the fault wasn't yours. You've been off for 6 weeks. Every one of them decisions that got me out of there, you in there, and everything else, all that came from Reggie's mouth.
Did it not bother Knight that Shakur, his most lucrative asset on the Death Row label, was dead on Wright's watch?
His comment was, we ain't gonna be hurting for nothing. Who is we? He said, we ain't. This is what he told me. I said, dang, man, that's pretty sad. I said, financially, that's gonna fuck some shit up. And he goes, we ain't gonna be hurting for nothing.
Reggie Wright and me had different opinions on security. And I talked to Reggie Wright about it.
Well, Suge asked me what I was gonna do. Yeah, what you gonna do, Frank? What you gonna do? You know what he meant? No. You don't? No, I don't. Obviously, I don't. What did he mean? He wanted you to take someone out. I said, Reggie, what was Suge implying? And then Reggie, he got sort of stupid on me. Nigga, you don't know what, see what I'm saying? He said, you don't know what's up? Niggas need to be disappeared around here.
I put in my work for him. I did my time with him.
Now, What more can I say? Let me drop this link for y'all. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. Go look at that link right now. Choke no joke. You know what it is. Go watch that link right now. And leave a comment for me. Good, bad, or indifferent. Leave a comment for me on the Instagram. After you watch that, after Greg Caden just sat there and told you that David Mack didn't work at Death Row, go watch that. Then he also told you Suge got shot in the back of his head, right? He also told you them niggas had a fight going into the fight. They was pushing each other, and Suge said, I can't be touched. I'm untouchable. And Southside said, you can be touched. Before the fight, go watch that link right now. Choke no joke. You know what it is. Keep on hating. You know what it is. Shout out to my man Yusef Juice for coming through again. All right? Go hit that link. I'm out.
No joke out here, DR. My man Delvin.
For all y'all new people, subscribe to the channel. I appreciate it. And shout out to everybody that subscribed in for the last few days. I'll give y'all a shout out tomorrow evening. For everybody that's all the new subscribers, I'm gonna shout y'all out tomorrow. Put y'all on the screen, all right? For the support. I appreciate y'all. One love, moderator, hit squad, good looking. All right. Haters keep hating. All right. We here now.
See you.
Yeah. In Dominican Republic.
All right.
Yeah.
We here.
Yeah. Choke no joke. Primo, you ain't want to give me no beat, so I'm stealing one. Take it personal. You know you my guy, Primo, love you. You gonna give me a beat after this one. I never thought that you would cry me, go against me, and backstab me. Third eye is strong, word is bond. Put you on the fakes, and now you won. I gave you support, and you play me. For those who play with butt, yeah, I'm talking Breakfast Club, Revolt, whatever. All I know is birds of a feather. Hang with those that they hate. Once the realness, now you fake, and I see through you. What you gonna do when they book you and your Duke shoot? I know you think I'm expose you. This ain't no threat, take it personal. Choke no joke. 2023, it's all me. You hear me? 2023 is all me. They say, why I don't come around the game? Cause all y'all do is undercover gay. And I don't play those fucking games. Yo, stop the track, I'm fucking Slay. Rest in peace, K Slay, man. Let's get to the next one. Yeah. You know what it is. Choke no joke. Either war. Rest in peace, Fuego. Don't ask me why. We here now. Choke no joke. Grego. Rest in peace. You know what it is. Say I neglect her. I love my child. You make me go wild with your parenting style. Only for her, I wear this smile. Cause inside, it's really a grin. If I was a drinker, I'd be drunk off gin. I'm not a quitter, I fight to the end. You not gonna dictate who life I'm in. Just mad cause I went from boys to men. Like Wanya and Brandy, the road end. I say it in French, we are thin. I do not like you, you're not my friend. You make me cringe, get under my skin like veins, blood, bagging up cane. Don't know too many dudes that go through these things. Deal with your bullshit and still stay sane. Yo, brains with a blue early in the game. Yeah, deadbeat, I'll make you dead meat. You wanna see me locked up like Meech, so I kick back and let the preacher preach. Wisdom of his word, get me through each day. Emancipation on the way. I'ma celebrate from September to May. Till the casket close, we go our way. I just pray she love me one day. Happy Father's Day, I love my child. 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 The worst type of chick, bottom of the pile. Tell him it's his and know that it's mine. Mine's is his. Then run for years. What the fuck was you thinking? All those years. What if she needed a donor and needed me there? The family even questioned her hair. Cause she came from your womb. Do you think that is fair? I remember the day I called you out of nowhere. You heard my voice, all you heard was air. I bet you were hella scared. You said forget her, you better without her. Her's my daughter, this is an order. Try running again and you'll be crawling. Cause I'm coming through like Mike Duggan falling down. This time not fucking around. I wanna see it now and I don't care how. You do it, I do it, move quickly. All the years that you ditched me, and right now you going to hitch me to your back. Take me where she's at, and don't worry, there won't be no clapping. These are the years of me rapping, producing, directing. For you it'd be hectic. I love my child and I don't regret. Happy Father's Day, I love my child. 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 Take me to court, bitch, that shit don't hurt me. I've been to court for worse, still survive, see? I know it's not about the money. You file to hurt me, I'm not a deadbeat. When it's all good, you know it's all sweet. When it's all hood, you gotta bear with me. Your girlfriends say take me to court. How you don't ask and then go to court? You know when you ask, things get brought or paid. Emancipation on the way, we'll hang out any given day. Your relationship will fade away. We will get close, you will fade away. Like the baby mama that ran state to state and had to run for about 8 years. Some say how she lived might satisfy the father but ruin the kid. Trust me, I speak it cause I live. And another song that info give. That's info for who follow the kid. We went half on the baby, chick you played me. Kidnapped my babies and made them hate me. Y'all ladies don't know, y'all drive us crazy. Fellas, if you out there, you miss your baby. I love my child. Choke no joke. This go out to all the fathers out there that miss their babies. They took our babies from us over money, child support. Now they don't even know us. This go out to you. Choke no joke. Yeah. It's choke no joke. Let's go. Choke no joke. Chicken choke no joke. Choke no joke.